There's no question that all human beings are looking for peace and happiness. And in fact, we have a phrase in the English language, the pursuit of happiness. So, of course, spiritual traditions have always said that if your peace and happiness depend on what is happening around you and in the world, then it's never going to happen. So, this is a very true statement. Peace cannot come from outside, nor can happiness. We can examine this in many ways. So from a philosophical point of view, we might call this the problem of dependence. If my happiness is conditional, I'll be at peace when things go my way, when the world calms down, when others behave as I prefer, then my inner state is owned, in effect, by forces I do not control. The economy, politics, other people's choices, the body's changing and aging, the weather, all of these are inherently unpredictable. Aging is predictable, but how you age is unpredictable to some extent. So when we depend on things that are unpredictable inherently, then these external factors become the silent rulers of my mood or our mood. In such a scheme, peace is not a realization but a transaction that can be revoked at any time. So that's one way of looking at it, the problem of dependence. The other is that impermanence guarantees loss. The world is characterized by change, gain and loss, praise and blame, pleasure and pain, fame and obscurity. To insist that happiness arise only when the changing poles line up on the pleasant side is to sign up in advance for recurring disappointment. Buddhism points out that attachment to impermanent forms must generate suffering because what is clung to will by its very nature ultimately pass. When peace is outsourced to flux, or when we are trying, as the great Alan Watts said, when we are trying to fix the flux, disturbance is not an accident. It is built into the contract. Then there is the whole problem of misplacing the source of happiness. Advaita Vedanta knows that we attribute happiness to objects and situations, but closer inspection reveals a different dynamic. When a desire is fulfilled, the mind briefly relaxes from its agitation, and in that interval, our own innate fullness is tasted as happiness. We then mistakenly credit the object or circumstance as the cause and chase more of the same, never noticing that what was enjoyed was a momentary unveiling of what was already present in the nature of awareness itself. So, freedom then is an inner independence. Traditions such as, and diverse traditions, East and West, Stoicism, non-dual Vedanta, Buddhism, they all converge here. For the Stoic, peace rests on discerning what is and is not in our power, and entrusting serenity only to what is generally ours. Our judgments are a way of relating to events. This is what we can trust. Judgment, not moral judgment, but choices. For the Advaitin, freedom comes from recognizing that the very source of experience is Brahman, the limitless reality that you are, which is untouched by the rise and fall of appearances. In both, the move is the same. Relocate happiness from the periphery to the center. Okay, so let's try a little contemplative experience. Let the body become still. Let the world for a moment be exactly as it is. No improvement, no correction, no agenda. Notice how the mind quietly negotiates with reality. I will relax when this is resolved, when that person changes, when the future becomes safe. This is the ancient habit of outsourcing peace. Now, gently, without judgment, ask, is there right now an actual barrier between awareness and peace, other than a thought about how things should be? Notice how sensations, moods, and headlines arise and fall in this open field of knowing. They pass through, but the capacity to know them does not come and go with them. The turmoil is in the content, the stillness is in the context. Rest attention not on the story of the world, but on the simple fact of being aware. Here, before any condition is met or unmet, awareness is present, already whole. It does not wait for the news cycle, the bank account balance, or another person's approval to confirm itself. Allow now a desire to arise, perhaps for security, recognition, or improvement. Feel the subtle tension it brings, the tightening around when and if. Then, without pushing the desire away, let it be held in the same open space of awareness that holds every other experience. And then ask quietly, does this awareness lack anything, even while desire is present? Is it improved or diminished by the flow of sensations and thoughts? In glimpses, it becomes clear. Peace is not on the other side of changing conditions. It is the unchanging background in which the entire drama of conditions appears. When this is recognized, the world can continue its dance, sometimes gentle, sometimes violent. Yet the heart tastes of freedom, not chained to the choreography. From this recognition, a paradoxical ease emerges. You can care deeply, act wisely, work to reduce suffering in the world, but you no longer demand that the world behave in a particular way for you to be whole. Happiness is no longer a hostage. It has come home to itself. So this is the peace that no world can give.